So with the flat brush from last week, it's really good for doing shapes or buildings or anything, maybe some interiors where you want to easily get a straight edge, like straight rectangle. It's really good for that. You can also do washes with that, and you can get organic shape washes from it. Sometimes artists just like to use one brush to do everything because they get used to using it, But it is good to know that other brushes will perform a certain thing quite well, better than the other styles. So that's why we're working with that. The other thing I want to work with today is to start off with, talk to you about this issue of the amount of paint you need on your palette. Okay, to make the washes we need to paint the different masses of color. And it's a hard thing because paint, is expensive, and it's easy to not want to use much. And if we were doing a sort of painting, like if we were painting with egg tempera, we could use a really thin, small brush, and you literally build it up with little strokes. So you're not going to use as much paint, but you will get a certain effect. The end effect will look a certain way. I'm trying to help you kind of get a range of a feeling for the different ways watercolor can create effects. So one is these nice washes, right? So for those, you've got to get some paint out, get your water in, and you've got to balance the pigment to the water to get different values. Okay, so that's what we're going to work with that today, and then we're also going to now work with this mop brush. And also, we see how far we get, but I want to introduce you to the masking process in painting, because it might be something you might want to use. Some artists will use it, others don't use it, but it can be helpful. And I did forget, I was going to bring you I'll try to remember next week, a portrait I did, where that's how I used masking to do the portrait. And I'll show that to you, how that works. So it works really well for certain things, for certain effects. Okay, so we've got our mop brush, and get that up. So we're going to work with a mop brush. We will. I'm going to start by kind of showing you putting the paint on the palette. How much paint you're really going to need, because we're going to need a fair amount of wash to do what we want to do for this exercise. So the first thing to do while we're getting there, here we go, is to put another piece of paper on your board, your painting board, okay? And we're going to do a couple exercises. These are more exercises for you to feel the sense of how much paint you need. The mop brush, we're not painting anything specific, so I just want you to see how that all works. So let me go and